The New York Mets offense is so bad, but they have someone in Double-A who could potentially help. Find out why they should call up Peter Alonso next. What's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary, back with another video. And before we get started, I just wanted to remind you that you can follow along with me on social media at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Matt O'Leary NY. So let's get started. New York Mets offense has been awful for the past week and most of the season now at this point. After their 11-1 start, they have been playing like one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball. Starting pitching has been very good lately, but the bullpen has been bad and the offense has been even worse. So let's look at why Peter Alonso should get the call up. They've scored 6 runs in their last 60 innings of baseball. That's absurd, by the way. It goes back to a week at this point. Insane. Their last 4 runs, which was over the course of 3 games, mind you, all came on the home run. This team relies way too heavily on the home run. They don't have anyone really outside of Brandon Nimmo who can get on base consistently and make things happen. So this is where they could possibly address that situation from within. Let's look at who's playing first base now, because Peter Alonso is a first baseman. Adrian Gonzalez, 36 years old, is not a long-term answer at the position. Really a plug as he is making the veterans minimum. He's been okay. Let's look at his numbers. Batting .241 with 6 home runs, which is a pace of 16 for a full season, with a .684 OPS. Very mediocre numbers. His glove at first has been okay, but it really cost the Mets this past weekend against the New York Yankees. So he did have a crucial error in a big spot, and it was Tanaka running it out, so ridiculous. He's 36 years old, and there's no point in playing him on a team that's 9 games under 500. Not over. I wish there were 9 games over. They are 9 games under 500 in a free fall in the National League East. Look at Jay Bruce also. He has been an utter disaster this year. He's another potential candidate to play first base, especially when Cespedes comes back and is healthy, because you would think that Cespedes, Conforto, and Nimmo should be in the lineup in the outfield, even with Conforto struggling, and possibly you move Bruce to first base to compensate that, but really not ideal either, because he's hitting .222. He has 3 home runs, an OPS of .633, which is pretty bad, especially for Jay Bruce, and he has 15 RBIs on the season, only 15. Since the calendar flipped to May, he has 3 RBIs. 3 in a month and a half. Unbelievable. They need some new blood in here, and that's when Peter Alonso comes in. In Double-A, he is hitting .312, 15 home runs, 49 RBIs, and an OPS of 1.021. Get him up here and get him up here now. He is 23 years old. This is the guy, or this is the type of player you want to be playing. Enough with the guys over 30 years old. Reyes, thank you for everything you did for this franchise. Such a fun player to watch in the mid-2000s, but his career is over with. He should not have a roster spot. Adrian Gonzalez has no business being on this roster. Jose Bautista, no business being on this roster. It's ridiculous at this point. I am sick and tired of the cheap veteran option trying to get the plug and play. It's not working. Look at where this team is. They were at 11-1. Best start in franchise history, and they have since freefalled, plummeted to 4th place in the NL East, with all hope pretty much lost on the season, and we're not even at Father's Day just yet. I think they should be sellers at the deadline. We're going to probably save that for another video, but to help them out right now, can we at least see what the 23-year-old can do? How could it possibly hurt? Adrian Gonzalez isn't helping you win games. At least if you're going to be bad with youth. That's what I always say, because then you can see what the player has at the major league level. You call him up, and if he struggles for a couple weeks, send him back down. It does literally no harm. And if he gets called up and succeeds, maybe he gives you a little bit of a spark and could potentially get you back in contention a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to skyrocket back to the top of the NL East. I think the Nationals, Braves, and even probably the Phillies are better, even if the Mets get hot. But they can at least make him somewhat watchable, because outside of Jacob deGrom pitching, there's no real reason to tune in. Peter Alonso makes a lot of sense to call up. And if he succeeds, which again, it could happen, he's been very successful at the AA level, then guess what? You have a young, cheap option that you continue to plug out there. Look at the crosstown rivals, the Yankees. They call up Andujar, they call up Torres, and they are absolutely killing it. This game is going more towards the youth. Even in their own division, look at Atlanta. They are a young, fun team. I'd rather watch that than a bunch of old, aging veterans who are supposed to be power hitters that aren't giving you anything and aren't driving in runs and playing a boring style of baseball. So many strikeouts, not a lot of runs, no help for the DeGroms, Syndergaards, and Matzes of the world. If you agree with me, leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and once again, you can find me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. Take care. Have a great day.